Alright, hey guys, just wanted to talk about this Natlan teaser a bit, which I watched earlier today. Now, I will say, I did record an initial reaction to this, but I'm really apprehensive to upload it to begin with, because, I mean, there wasn't much content to the reaction, I just watched it silently. My impressions I voiced in kind of too much, honestly, of an overtly negative way. I feel like almost like bordering on aggressive. And I just felt like I want to put that kind of energy out there particularly, but I do want to talk honestly about my impressions at the same time and say the same kind of stuff, but without those overtly like negative tones and vibes that I was giving off, because watching it back, I just didn't really like it, to be honest. There was a bit more swearing than, I would have liked and stuff like that. But I gotta say, like watching this, through, my initial impression was not positive, and it still isn't. I'll be honest with you guys. I feel like, we'll leave it here for now, but I feel like a lot of the region honestly looks like a bit of a mess. I don't know what they're going for. Now, from what we understand, is just this kind of Aztec vibe they're going for, but it doesn't really come across in the character designs or anything. This supposedly is the Archon, and she gave me that impression throughout the teaser itself, throughout the video. I don't really like this design. I feel like just some biker chick, that looks like a female D-Luke kind of. Her hair looks cool from the back, which they show about somewhere around here. Yeah, her back profile looks pretty cool with the hair like that, actually. But her design, honestly, this biker thing she's got going on, the leather, it seems really out of place. And in terms of the Archon designs, for me, she's the lowest tier, honestly. That's just my opinion. Other characters, in fact, there's a good image that Gacha Memes on X put out of all the characters just like side by side, which will be easier than skipping through the video. So let me grab that and we can have a quick chat. But honestly, I'll say this quickly. My mind's eye version of Natlan was, well, we knew from like basic information that we've gotten throughout the story in-game officially, not from any outside sources. Nation of War, we saw Yan-san, which I think is how you say that name, in the Travails video, looked like kind of a tribalistic type of character, maybe from kind of a harder environment where technology's not advanced, and it's just a desolate place, an ashy place, maybe volcanic, with tribes and things like that. That's the kind of vibe I got, and from the Nation of War, I expected a much more serious vibe, and we're not getting that with this at all. Like, rather than the serious vibe I was expecting, probably a lot of us we're getting what looks like a party, essentially, with kind of an assortment of character designs. I'm trying to find this now. Where the hell is this? Give me a second, guys. Because he's been posting quite a bit, and I cannot see this now for some reason. There it is. That's the one I was looking for. So, the Archon for me, like I said, I don't get it. I just don't really get what they're going for. She looks very out of place, in my opinion, with the leather and everything. Skin tones, I know people debate over. We've got a lot of light-skinned characters. I mean, I know people really had problems with this in Sumeru, but even before Sumeru ever came out, I remember saying to a friend, I reckon what they're going to do is a kind of oasis in the desert thing, where there's like maybe a mix of some forestation or something like that, some greenery, some lighter areas. What we ended up with, of course, was half rainforest, half desert. So it made sense for characters like tones to be different as well. And the people from the desert, Sino and Dia, had like accommodating skin tones, right? It kind of made sense that they would be darker skinned. I know a lot of people are going to have problems with this. The Archon being so light skinned, again, I know people are going to have issues with that inherently. These other characters are not bad. I mean, Yansan's the darkest character. And honestly, the funny and kind of sad thing is, this is my favorite design out of the bunch. Genuinely. I think this design's really different, really unique. I like her skin tone, like her ears. She's like same race as Klee and Nikita, presumably. The purple feathers with the orange, black and white looks really nice. Yeah, I think she looks awesome. The others honestly just look like kind of a random mix and assortment of characters. I'm not sure what they're going for thematically, like with the whole region. Or like every other region prior, you could tell it was based on, like what it was based on, right? And what it was representing. Like, we got Mondstadt for Germany, right? Liyue for China, all makes sense with like the architecture and stuff and what we're seeing. Inazuma, Japan, makes sense. Sumeru, Middle Eastern vibes, makes sense with the scenery, the vibes, and the character designs. Fontaine, France, again, same kind of thing. But this, I'm not really, I don't get what they're going for. It just seems like such a random mix once again. And honestly, the designs in general, I think personally, are just a bit of a letdown. Like, if we look at Fontaine, which we got Neuvillette, we got Farina, we got Navia, who's not personally my taste, but a lot of people's. We got Arlecchino, as the villain of the region, or one of the villains, I guess, unless you want to count Heavenly Principles, but she's like the villainous figure of the region, at least until we learn more about her. Even lesser characters, well, I say lesser, 4 stars like Chevreuse look really nice as well. Rivesy looks really good. We got a really good assortment, in my opinion, that really matched the region well, even Clorant to a lesser extent. They all give that kind of aristocratic vibe of that region. It just makes sense. They make sense. They look really, really nice, unique. But I don't know, personality-wise, obviously remains to be seen, like, when we all get to know these characters. I mean, I'll say this, I'm not coming back to the game. People predicted, you'll be back when Natlan comes out. It doesn't look compelling enough for me to come back, I'm being honest. We could let this play, I suppose, just a little bit. Now, I will say one complimentary thing, actually. The music was kind of banging. It was kind of giving me, like, Lion King vibes, almost, with when she's talking in the like, Colosseum here.
Embrace your competitive spirit and give your all. This battle is for winners.
The instruments, I like it.
The champion will take all.
The music's cool. I really like this part with the drop when she's like announcing all this information and talking to everyone. I thought this was really cool. Just a shame, I just think the design is so out of place.
Will soon begin. My dear friends, take your positions.
The music's badass though, it's good.
And give your all. This battle is for winners only. The champion will take all.
I like that part. I thought that was cool. I thought the music was really, it's just awesome. It's giving me almost nostalgic feelings. So I do enjoy that, but I'm not fussed on a lot of these designs. Like, they're pretty cute, obviously, but come on, it's a Hoyo game. They know what they're doing in that department. This girl as well with like the big fluffy ears. But look, that's my honest view. In my opinion, it just looks kind of mid. Being honest, you guys, like I said in my reaction video I recorded, which again is probably not going to be uploaded, it was very abrasive, and my knee-jerk reaction was just one of I was just a bit annoyed, like very outwardly in that initial recording. I'm trying to be more fair here, but it's just not for me, I don't think, and I don't know what they're going for in terms of, again, representation or vibes and themes and thematically with the region. Even characters like this look kind of cool, but she looks like a vampire, She would look more in place in Fontaine. This would have been a sick design in Fontaine, actually, I feel like. And even Yansan now looks kind of like she belongs somewhere else. Again, in like this volcanic, ashen region, this dark, and they're struggling to survive and stuff. It doesn't really look like that. Like I said, it looks like kind of a party versus a nation of war. Like really light-hearted and stuff. But look, that's all I gotta say, guys. I want to just talk about it. Like I said, my reaction this isn't much different. It's just me wording my thoughts in a way that's, again, less abrasive. But I'm sure I'll get loads of people down below really angry at my opinions here. I did put out a poll earlier. As a matter of fact, why don't we go and see quickly before we wrap up how that's doing in community? I'm recording this on a whim. Yeah, thank you. So I put this poll out. We'll just wrap up with this. Not many votes. I mean, I only put this out a couple of hours ago. But these categories are what I put down. So people think it looks fantastic, pretty good. Not sold yet, or looks mid and bad. The not sold is more obviously a middle ground stance, rather than just saying, I think it looks mid or not very good. I'll be honest, I kind of think it looks mid. Maybe not bad. Maybe I can only do 4 categories, so that's kind of where I'm at. maybe not sold would make more sense for me, but I'm not going to play it, and it's not incentivizing me to come back, you know? So, yeah, a lot of people in the comments here seem equally kind of disappointed, not liking the modern and tribal, like, clashing vibe. I'm not really getting so many modern vibes, like, you know, there's not really like a showing of technology, but the Archon definitely shows a much more modern look about things. And I think, honestly, if you put like Dia and her side by side, I think Dia's more Archon material. I think she would look more natural for the region and fitting. Let's have a quick look before we wrap up. Let's go on the wiki because it has character cards that we can just view. You see what I mean? Like, we can even put these side by side. Well, actually, I have to go back to the video. Let's just do that quick. Get a quick, like, still from the video. Just a second. I don't know. She looks so out of place to me. Like, honestly, I don't know if that's the final design, but what they show in the teasers typically is, because people are going to be hyped for this and they probably don't want changes. So I think this is probably final for her. She looks like kind of the paid Deluxe skin, but a female version of it, which would be cool otherwise. But when you're looking at, again, the region and how it fits and what they're going for, it doesn't really make sense, I feel like Dia would just look a lot more natural here. But look, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I really want to know what people are thinking down below, too. I'm curious to hear everyone's thoughts, and if they agree, disagree. You know, let me know. And yeah, I'm going to put this up, and I'll speak to you guys soon.